Okay, hi everybody. This week we are going to make a 6-inch vase. Okay, no exceptions. It must be 6 inches. It can be taller, but not shorter. So a couple hints for you is this. I just weighed this. This is exactly 4 pounds of clay. I probably have more than I might need, I'm guessing, but I like to kind of make sure I have enough to cover everything in case I have to trim it because it gets uneven or something happens. So I like to give myself a little bit more kind of wiggle room. And then, so the 6-inch vase, it can be any shape you would like, but it cannot just be a cylinder. Okay, so you can flare it out. You can kind of bottle it in. It can look whatever you want. It just cannot be just a cylinder. And then it does need to be trimmed with a foot, unless the neck is really, really small. It does need to be cleaned up on the bottom. So clay shrinks a little bit as it dries and gets fired and all of that. So you want to kind of give yourself a little bit of wiggle room also by not just throwing it to exactly 6 inches. If you throw it to exactly 6 inches, as it starts to dry and get leather hard, it will shrink. And it could be under 6 inches. It doesn't shrink a drastic amount, but it does shrink a little bit. I would probably try to throw it to be at least 7 inches, and that gives you plenty of room for trimming and all of that. So again, I would not just throw it to 6 inches. You want to throw it bigger so that when you get the grade for it, it is at least 6 inches tall. And then if you're throwing and you pull up and you have a cylinder, if you make it wider, you lose height. If you make it narrower, you gain height. So if you were looking to kind of bowl it out and come back up, I regret doing that with clay on my face. But if you bowl it out, just make sure that you're kind of still giving yourself enough room. And then it can go the base can be whatever you look like. But if you make this base really, really wide, then you're not going to have enough as much clay to pull up. So if you wanted to have the base be wider, you would want to make sure that you have more clay, because a really, really wide base means you'll want more clay to pull up to make sure you get it to be at least 6 inches. Ooh. Okay. Freaking wobbly. All right. Okay. Top parts look all funk. I also have a ruler here, so you might want to get one, maybe before you start throwing. And just try to wash them off when you're done if you don't mind, because you will have to probably touch it while your hands are wet to measure. So yeah, the rulers are just over by my desk on the counter, unless I've moved them since this video, but kind of like where they are, so I don't know if I'm going to. Okay, I'm just opening it up, smoothing it out down there. All right, I'm gonna start pulling up. All right. Now I'm gonna have to keep pulling up more, but let's just look at the side height really quick, just to see where we're at, just to kind of show you. All right, so 6 inches is from the bottom of this ruler to right here. So when you measure it, you want to make sure you are eye level. If you look at it from up here, it's going to look a lot higher. So right now we're at exactly 4 inches tall. That's just giving you guys an idea. I mean, I still have plenty of clay to pull up here, but this right now is 4 inches tall. And again, when you are measuring it to look at the height, you want to make sure you are eye level with the numbers. Okay, all right, let's do another pull. Top is sure getting a little uneven. I'm just going to try to take this tiniest bit off just to even out the top. Don't want to lose a lot of height, but I really wanted to make sure that was even. All right, just to give you another reference, that, and again, notice I'm eye level with the numbers. That is just over 5 inches. Still thick, but I still have clay to move. It's getting a little narrow in there, though. I'm going to get some of that water out. Ooh. Okay, so even though my elbow can't be connected to my knee because of how the angle placement I have to have my hand, my elbow is still pretty close to my body. I don't have it way out here. So I still have it kind of tucked in, okay? Woo! Woo, that was a big pull. Feels like I'm moving a lot of clay, but then I keep measuring it, and it's not a crazy amount. But let's see where we're at right now. Just kind of clean up the bottom there a little bit. All right. Okay, we are at about 7.5 inches. I'm gonna see if I can just do one more little pull there, just to kind of thin it out just a little bit. It's still pretty thick, so I think I can do one more pull here. You want to make sure you're not going too fast at this part. You don't want gravity to start pulling your clay outward. Yeah. Nice. All right. There we go. Let's see where we're at. Also, notice how I'm stopping the wheel each time I measure. I have seen bad things happen accidentally. All right, that's at 7 1/4 inches. So, but it's just a cylinder right now. I need to make this a base. So I'm going to try to start coning it in. I'm going to try to go for a narrower neck. Let's see what we can do. Trim that top off. Again, I don't want to lose much height, so I'm really gonna. All right. So when you make it more narrow, that makes the neck a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna do like a little pull here at the neck. I can get my hand in there. There we go. Oops, gouge my hand in there. All right. That top does not want to be even. Oops, I can't really tell from you that angle. It keeps getting real thick up here. So I'm just doing a little pull just up here at the neck where it's starting to get real, real thick to try to thin it out. There we go. I don't know why it's kind of bulgy at the top. I want that to be all even and not kind of tapered. All right, let's trim that top again. Oops, not faster. Keeps getting so thick. I wish you could kind of see the angle that I see. Again, I'm going to try to get my finger in there and do a little pull here. It's getting thick again. All right. Oh, okay. I'll get that tool after. I wanted that little knife tool. There we go. Kind of like a little milk jar-y style there. I'll go just a little bit more narrow. Trim that off again. Okay, I'm going to try to get one of those little knifey curvy tools and trim it off a little bit. My neck is pretty narrow, so I'm not going to really want to turn this upside down to trim it a whole bunch, but I do want this bottom to be a little bit more round, so I'm going to try to do that before I finish, but I don't really have to trim it off first. Okay. I should measure this too, just to be sure. I actually haven't done that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be taller than. That is probably about 7 at least. I'm going to get this kind of slip off here. Okay, let's just check the height, because I probably should show you that first to be sure before I start getting too crazy. Wow, we are actually at almost 10 inches. That's because I did a lot of the coning up, which you do not have to kind of make yours narrow and cone. Okay, this is kind of the style that I was wanting to throw. I just kind of was thinking about it last night. And to get height, if you do kind of cone it in, it does, usually it makes it taller because you're pushing it up. Plus that neck gets real narrow, so you have to keep kind of pulling, which also increases the height. I'm just kind of looking at it. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a narrower neck, but I like where it kind of goes really skinny, but this kind of flares out of the top. But I kind of like it for some reason. I'm kind of liking the shape right now. So not really what I was thinking about last night, but I'm actually kind of liking it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with it. Kind of a weak spot right there in the neck, though. Yeah. I feel like now that looks a little bit too narrow. Let's see if I can make this top part match it. I just messed with it too much. Sometimes just gotta leave it alone, but I didn't. Oh dear. What is that all about? There, I went with it, put my finger in it, we'll make it part of the design. I shouldn't have messed with it. I liked it a lot better before. Now I'm not happy with it. Let's see. Get rid of that little. Using a tool here to try to pull because I can't get my hand in there real even. Should have left it alone. Ooh. Okay. I still kind of liked it better before, but whatever. Trim this top here off carefully. Whoa. Can you see that? Yes, you can. We got whoa. Make that go back in the middle here. Smooth out this top. Now maybe, let's see, I'm gonna flare out the top a little bit. We'll see if this is gonna ruin it or make it nice. I can't actually, I don't know, I should have stuck with the original, but this is whatever. I'm just gonna stop messing with it. I'm gonna clean it up now. Clean up all the slippy fingerprints. Smooth out that top. Ta-da! We'll call that good. Not loving it. I'm kind of sad, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Again, we'll just double check the height to see because I kind of did some more adjusting. And that is over 10 inches. So at least a 6-inch vase. Anything but a cylinder. And it has to be 6 inches. Have fun.